A few months ago, my 4-year-old niece Maverick and I were having a lovely conversation about her favorite movie, Frozen.
Let it go, let it go. Give me the power.
And when we were done, she asked me what my favorite movie was, and I told her it was called The Lord of the Rings. She then proceeded to interrogate me about every detail of the film. And so I told her about hobbits and their hairy feet, and about Frodo and his best friend Sam, and the magical elves, and the hard-working dwarves. And then she asked me, is there anyone scary in it? Like Scar in The Lion King? And I told her yes. Yes, there was, and his name was Sauron. She asked me why he was so scary, and I told her he's really mean. So naturally, she asked me what he did that was so mean, and I panicked, trying to think of a 4-year-old appropriate version of he commits a lot of genocide. And as I was stuttering, trying to find an answer, she looked at me very seriously and asked, does he bite people? And I said, oh yes, he does. Whew, mean guy. She looked a bit concerned, so I tried to change the subject. And that's when I told her that in the movie, there's a magic ring. One ring to rule them all. One ring to find them. One ring to bring them all. And in the darkness, bind them. Maverick asked me what kind of magic the ring does. And I told her that if someone puts it on, they become invisible. And then she asked me the question that I've been trying to figure out the answer to for the past month. She said, Uncle Kai, what's invisible? What is invisible? Oh, sorry, did I forget to take it off? That's better. Put that little baby away. Anyway, at the time she asked me the question, I told her that if something is invisible, you can't see it there. And she asked me, but is it there? And I said, yeah, it's like it's there, but you can't see it there. She gave me a look, you know, those sort of side eyes, like I'm going a little bit crazy, and I started looking around the room, trying to find a better answer. And I spotted the window next to us. And I told her that the window was almost invisible. You could see through it like it wasn't there, but you could still tell that it was there. That seemed to put an end to her questions, but it was just the beginning of mine. Why can I see through the window, but also see that the window is there? Sometimes birds fly into this window. Is it invisible to them? Why isn't it invisible to me? I knew that a good first step would be to figure out what I already knew. Well, I knew that invisibility had to do with what you could see, or more accurately, what you couldn't see, even though it was in your line of sight. Okay, good. Sight. You see with your eyes. What do eyes need to see? Aha! Light! You know, my parents actually put this lamp in my room when I was a child. I'm pretty sure I'm cursed now. Anyway, off topic. I started doing research about light. It turns out it moves very fast. In fact, in a vacuum, it moves at 299,792,458 meters per second. Wait, in a vacuum? Oh, okay, so it goes that fast in a vacuum, but what about when it goes through something like glass? Does the light slow down? Yes! Yes, it does! It turns out there's a number that describes to us just how much light slows down as it travels through a transparent substance. It's called an index of refraction, or refractive index. A material's refractive index is defined by N equals C over V, where N is the index of refraction, C is the speed of light in a vacuum, and v is the speed of light in a given substance. So, for example, in a vacuum, the index of refraction would be 1. This is because n would equal the speed of light in a vacuum
299,792,458 meters per second
divided by the speed of light of the given substance, which in this case is also a vacuum. So, n equals 299,792,458 divided by 299,792,458. And if my calculations are correct, the answer is 1. So, what do you think would happen to the refractive index if the speed of light has been slowed down? Well, let's see what happens when light goes through water. Light moves through water at a speed of 225 million meters per second. If we throw that into our little equation, we see that we get 1.33 as our index of refraction. So, as the speed of light slows down, the index of refraction goes up. As you look at me through the air that's surrounding me, I look pretty darn clear. That's because air has a refractive index that's very, very close to 1. Now, what happens if I put something like this bowl in front of my face? This bowl is made of Pyrex glass. It's something you find in a lot of cooking bowls. And it has an index of refraction of 1.474. Light has gone from moving at nearly full speed through the air to slowing down quite a bit as it travels through this glass. As a result of it slowing down, some of the light will be reflected, and the rest of it will bend as it goes through. This bending of light is also called refraction. Whoa, refraction, refractive index, it's all making sense. It's because of this refraction that my face appears so distorted on the other side of it. Less refraction, and it's pretty clear. Okay, I know what you're thinking. This is all fine and dandy, but what does it have to do with invisibility? That's why we're here. Well, here's the really interesting thing I realized as I was thinking about refractive indexes. The reason that this bowl is so visible to us is because the air surrounding it has a much lower refractive index than it does. The light slows down as it goes through the bowl and starts bending like crazy. Tons of refraction. But what if, instead of air surrounding it, there was another substance? One with a much closer index of refraction. Let's do a little experiment.
First, let's see what a Pyrex glass bowl looks like in a bigger bowl full of air. It's quite visible. Let's try something else. This bowl is filled with vegetable oil. The refractive index of vegetable oil is approximately 1.47. That sounds very close to our Pyrex bowl. Let's see what happens. As the light travels through the oil, it hits the Pyrex bowl, and the change in speed is so minor that it's almost impossible for our eyes to tell the difference. I think you could say that this Pyrex bowl is now invisible. Dun dun dun. Fun fact, I've been wearing hobbit feet through the entirety of this video.